Hey, it's Cody. Today's video is just going to kind of be about some random stuff. I have a deck I want to talk about, a couple books, some moonstones, I don't know, and it's stuff, maybe kind of a catch-up. I didn't post anything last week, and I feel like I've had a lot of people ask how I'm doing, since I had kind of mentioned some personal stuff going on in my life, at the September Books and Decks video, which was the last one that I posted, and I proceeded to not post anything for a week. So I think people were asking how I'm doing. I'm fine. I've just been like existing, I guess. But nothing really going on, and honestly, there's not really a reason that I didn't post a video last week. I just fucking didn't. I don't know. So yeah, this is, I don't know, man. You don't have to watch this fucking video. I mean, obviously you don't have to watch any of them, but okay. So today I had to leave my house, which is always a big deal for me because I hate doing that. My husband's birthday's in a couple days, and we were at one of those like, it was Dillard's. And if you don't know what that is, it's like an overpriced clothing store, and there's like makeup and fragrance counters. I horribly used to work at Macy's, which is one of those, and I do not recommend it to anyone. So I always feel extra bad going into those places because like the only thing more embarrassing to me than being a customer is being a customer that has a question and needs help. Like that is, those were the customers I hated the most. So, okay, I had to leave my house, and I live in like a really hideous rural area, so I have to drive like half an hour to get to the nearest town, really. So not only did I have to go there, I had to walk into the mall, which bleh. And my husband had fallen in love with a cologne, but he didn't remember what it was called. And since I had COVID, I couldn't smell for a very long time at all. It's come back a lot now, but I can tell I'm not smelling like the whole smell. I don't know how else to explain that. Like, all colognes smell like mint to me, and that doesn't even make sense. So my husband told me that it was in a black bottle and that it smelled like cedar wood. Now, not to be rude, but I'm not 100% sure that my husband actually knows what cedar wood smells like specifically, rather than like other woods that are used in cologne sometimes. So I had to go in there. I apologized first, right off the bat, to the guy, because I'm like, I'm gonna be making you smell a bunch of shit, because I don't know, man. Anyway, I ended up getting, I made the poor guy in there smell a bunch of things, and he's like spraying them on cards. I'm like, bro, I can't smell that. They all smell like mint to me. It's fine. Like, finally I went with this. I think it might have been this. Oh, wow. I just realized that everything I show you here is going to be mirror image in this video. You're just going to have to live with it. This is the Spice Bomb Infrared. So I felt really bad making him smell a bunch of shit, and finally he was like, this one smells like wood chips, like at a park or something. I was like, alright, that's probably it. It's occurred to me that maybe he just said that to make me go away. Also, this is expensive as fuck. What the fuck? I used to be pissed off when I spent like $60 on a cologne. Like, this better be the fucking right one, okay? Because you know what? As soon as you like pick it open to smell it, you can't return it anymore. Alright, so that was my the reason I had to fucking leave my house today. So my husband started a new job, so he's working days now instead of nights, which leaves me just free to do things during the day, because normally there's really only one day a week that I could make videos. Now you're going to be hearing a bunch of annoying shit from me probably all the time. So today was finally a day where I could like leave my house. I didn't have to be quiet in my house. I don't have to like explain to anyone where I was going. The kids are at school. So I took myself on a little date. My dates are always doing something that annoys other people. So I had to get the gift for him. I stopped at my favorite thrift store in the state. It's called the Ark. And I got like a black purse. I didn't get it. Also, I'm having like, I'm turning into my grandma, so I'm like, look at these flowers. They would go so pretty on the table for fall. Because lately I've been really into like making my house look nicer. I've decided that the thing that needs to happen is I want like the theme of the house to be like forest ruins. So my daughter's like, please stop. Anyway, I bought these flowers. They're going on the table because I am my grandmother. Also, the cool thing that I got, I don't know if you can see right here. Oh, damn, this one's doing some weird shit. This is like, I don't know what this is called. It's like a flat thing, and it's got pomegranates on it. And I can't leave, like, the Persephone vibes at a fucking thrift store, so I had to buy that shit, right? Then, of course, I had to go to Barnes & Noble, so bought a little shit there. So the first thing that I got is this book called A Night and Its Moon by Piper CJ. Okay, I hope this book is good. I had somebody recommend this to me. And also recently in the wilds of the internet, I ran into someone type the word romantasy, which is like romance and fantasy. And I liked that the word, it's like one word, so I know what to avoid, because I like fantasy. I don't mind if there's like a romantic subplot, but I don't like when it's mostly a romance book and it has like fantasy elements in it. I don't fucking appreciate that. And I wish there was a better way to know what it is or isn't. So this has fae in it, like fairies, and I'm really particular about fairies. I read Holly Black, Herbie Brennan, kind of growing up, and those were so corny to me. I hated them so much. And I remember being like a teenager, and somebody was like, look, Holly Black has done for fairies what Stephanie Meyer did for vampires. Looking back, holy I wish that she had, but also, even at the time, she did not, because that shit was awful. The only book I've read that has fae in it that I'm okay with, even though it's a little cringy for me, is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies or something like that. But yeah, so this has fae in it. I don't remember who recommended this book to me, but if this fucking sucks, I'm gonna hunt you down and punch you in the face. So, okay. I don't know if you can see this in the sunlight. Okay, this is called a Clockwork Reader. Now, if you don't know, a Clockwork Reader is a booktuber. So, I don't really watch BookTube because I hate book recommendations from that arena. They tend to pick horrible books, and I'm tired of being hoodwinked into buying some shit with like a good looking cover but a horrendous story inside, and that's happened to me too many times for me to keep like taking book recommendations from these people. But I thought this was kind of cool, and it's basically just a journal for you to write down like books that you're reading, thoughts on it, favorite quotes from it, stuff like that. There's a section in here for like books that are coming out, books you want to read, whatever. There's stuff for like reading goals, which is, I don't play that game with myself. I'm not gonna like have a reading goal of like trying to read a certain amount of books or pages or anything like that. Any pressure at all that I put on myself like that makes me just fucking nope out of all of it. I'm not gonna do that shit. So what did suck though is that this book, it was covered in plastic. So it's like with all the other kind of guided journal things, but it was covered in plastic, so honestly you couldn't see what really was going on inside. I tried to Google it while I'm standing there in Barnes & Noble. There's shit service. There's kind of nothing that shows you inside. I'm only going to show you this because I think it's kind of... Oh, wow. Well, good thing you can see that. I think it's kind of fucked up to have it be covered in plastic where you have no idea what you're buying for $25 US. Like, that's more money than I'm willing to spend on, like, a wild gamble. So I did find some of the pages. For the most part, most of this is just a place for you to, you know, do the title. You can color in, I guess, your little stars, the dates, quotes, memorable scenes. Would you recommend this book? Would you learn from the book? And then like a little empty space right here. I think it's cute. I do like that it's... Okay, I feel like this kind of holds me accountable because I made myself like a reading journal, but then I also added in like gluing shit in and decorating pages, which sometimes to me feels like a bunch of bullshit. Like I just don't feel like doing. Like I just want to puke out some thing that I thought about a book on a page, and I don't want to like have the pressure of that. So this is already cute, you know, it's got like little leaves and shit. I think actually the journal that I made was, I mean, obviously I made it myself, so it was better suited to what I do. Very similar to this. Anyway, I'm excited about this though. I'm holding myself more accountable because it's already done. I can just, write on a page that's already waiting for me and ready. Also, I spent good money on this fucking thing. Okay. I'll show you the deck in a sec. Okay. I mostly got that, like, reader's journal thing, though, because I'm really excited, that, Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab is coming out. So, I've been reading this book, and I'm trying to read it slow to, like, make it last until September 26th, when the next book comes out. It's like, okay, there's the Shades of Magic trilogy. This is the third one in it, and I'm rereading this one to be ready because it's not exactly like a sequel, but it's like, I don't know if it's years or months or some amount of time later that it's going to be another trilogy. So I don't know if that really counts as a sequel. Is it a spin-off? I mean, we have the same main characters, really, so I actually don't know what word do we call it? Anyway, I have a lot of thoughts about this book. I mean, this is probably like my 20th time rereading this book. This is a really easy series for me to like obsess over. And I find when I'm like stressed in my life, I keep going back to the same things. I'm sure everyone does this. This isn't like some new special thing that I think is, unique to me. But this is one of my things that I keep going back to. There's this Vine compilation. I'll link it in the comments because if you read these fucking books, I made my husband watch a Vine compilation fucking 55 times. I made him listen to the audiobooks. I told him I'm gonna buy 2 copies of Fragile Threads of Power when it comes out in a few days because I'm not listening to a fucking audiobook of it. I'm not waiting for him to read it. Like, I'm gonna read it. So anyway, I'll put the Vine compilation down there because... Okay. All right, so here's one last thing that I want to talk about. Is this, I believe it's pronounced Hieronymous Bosch? You know what? I don't know. Okay, so this has been a deck before, but I believe it's recently been, this is by Rockpool. And it's recently, I don't know, been picked up by Rockpool. I feel like it might have been out of print for a while or something. I don't know exactly what the story was with this, but it was a deck, and now it suddenly is, like, repackaged, or something different is going on about it. So it was always something I kind of looked at, because, the artwork just, it's old, it's kind of creepy, it's like somewhat Christian, well, I say somewhat, it's like Christian kind of shit, but also a lot of like devils and demons and sins, right? So I've kind of always thought about this deck. I found it in person, and I am pretty sure that this is a new, I don't know if it's a re-release or what. You know what I should have done is looked it up. Let's see what this says here. Oh, 2022. I feel like I'd seen this deck before that, though. I should have looked this up before I did it. Okay, so, first of all, it's cool because it opens like that, and I think that's kind of fun. Okay, I have some complaints right out of the box. The first thing, I don't know if you can see this, but this is how these cards came. Like, literally the whole deck is warped. And there's even like a split right here. Literally the only thing I've done is I opened this in my car in the Barnes & Noble parking lot. And I was like, I wish that I had thought to get a video or wait until I get home or something, so you can truly see. I've actually been trying to bend them back, and this is better than they were. Like, they were... it was in like plastic and stuff. It's not like someone has opened this up, you know what I mean? I don't know if you can see how this deck is, but I really don't appreciate opening a brand new deck and having it like warped like this. And I'm not really sure what needs to happen to get it better. I don't know. This was $29.95 US dollars. So, I mean, it's not like it was the bottom of the barrel cheap. But this cardstock is very cardboardy. Like, it's the kind that if you accidentally shuffle a little bit vigorously, it's going to crease. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can't think of another deck like this, but I know that I've touched other decks that are like this, and I don't like it. We've also got gilding. Even just doing this, it's going to be the kind that won't shuffle nicely. So that kind of pissed me off. I hate bitching about cardstock because I feel like that should be a non-issue when it comes to decks, but here we are, and it's an issue. I mean, I don't mind if a deck gets warped from use. I don't appreciate opening it and it's already just bizarre and the cardstock is shit. Like, I don't know. But I do want to say, I wish that people, instead of people like knocking on my door and asking like, have I heard the good news about Jesus? I wish that the good news would be, look at this tarot deck. Because I feel like there are just decks out there, I didn't know how cool they were, and I just ignored them for a while. I didn't realize what this deck was like until a couple weeks ago when I saw somebody talking about it. It was on Instagram or something. It wasn't like a video, but I was reading about it, and it's not like a regular tarot deck, right? So what it has, this isn't necessarily like a video talking all about this deck, but it does have minor arcana, major arcana kind of shit. Okay, this, if you recognize a card from this deck, it's probably this. So, the majors are their own things. They're not connected or anything to, like, regular majors that you might, more traditional majors, we'll say, you might run into. I mean, there was death, but then the next one is, like, paradise. Okay, temptation. Here's river to hell. So cool. Okay, so if you don't know this, this does not have regular minors. Ascent of the Blessed. So it has extra suits, and, but not like, okay, here we have berries. So it has vessels, it has swords, it has coins, books, and berries. Okay, so it has ones that are more like ones that you would expect to see, but then there's shit like berries. So, alright, we've got a page. I can't read this. A knight. Oh my god, there's a dick. We've got a baron. Oh. I just realized I'm like putting these cards out here and holy shit. There's a princess. A queen. Some of them are a prince instead of a princess. We've got a queen, a king, and then an ace. And that's it for that suit. Now the next one is, birds is another suit. So we've got birds, and again, it's like weird court kind of card things. You might recognize this card too. Content warning, butt cheeks. And then an ace. So, coupled with the artwork, oh wow, I literally cannot sit down cards in a deck all the same way. It's fucking annoying. There's swords, right? Here's the king. These cards are so weird. I'm really excited to like figure out what's going on with these minors that seem like they're mostly court cards. I haven't really dug into the guidebook or anything yet. I just saw that like swords are air and metal. So we're kind of mixing elements and some that we don't normally see in like more traditional tarot decks. And I'm excited, and I'm kind of mad at everyone because how come no one was like, look at this deck, bitch. Like, check this out. It's kind of horrifying, and it's interesting, and it's something different. I already hate the gilding, I hate the cardstock, and that it's warped, but I wish that I had known what this deck was about before. So anyway, now I do own that deck. So I think it's a weird one. And I think it might be a cool one to work with for a while. And maybe do a review. I'll see how many reviews are up on this deck. I kind of feel like there's no reason for me to keep throwing my 2 cents in when there's already, like, if there's already a huge conversation about a deck, right? Like, if there's already I don't know, I was gonna say 5,000, that's ridiculous. 50 reviews on one specific deck. Like, do I really need to say anything? I don't know. Probably a lot of people have already said everything that I'm going to say. So I'll see. I'll see how I feel about this. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, also, I don't even know if anyone on here knows, I have like a little jewelry shop kind of thing. I had to get electrical solder and fix some shit and stuff so that I can make some more shit. But I am pretty excited. I don't know if you can see this. No, look at the, I don't know if you can see that. I got in some moonstones and they are, okay, well, you know what? You can't really see that, but they're really nice. Got good flash in them. I purposefully bought these. Okay, sometimes my shop is at the whim of whatever bullshit I'm into right that minute, and sometimes it's shit that I think other people maybe other people don't give a shit about. So I'm really into, I like Rainbow Moonstone, but I especially like Rainbow Moonstone that has like the little black tourmaline inclusions in it. I think that's so fucking cool. It makes the stone look interesting. It adds like energetically like a protective kind of thing, and I think that's just really cool. So I bought these that have the tourmaline in them on purpose, which might seem like a weird thing. People be like, bitch, this is jewelry. Why would you want that? Why is it? Stop looking at me. Look at the fucking... Oh my god, I don't know if you can see it. These are really good pieces, but the fucking camera's not getting it. But yeah, so I got my jewelry shit back and up and running again. I plan on making those cool moonstone things that maybe everyone but me is gonna hate. I've also got some moonstone pendulums. So I get these. I wish this would stop like looking at me. Don't look at me, I'm showing something cool. These ones, as you can see, also have the black tourmaline in them. I basically just free these from their little silver things. I put like electroplate copper, make the chains fancy and have to fucking copper plate like charms for the other end and shit. It's a whole ass process that I really weirdly love, and I mean these do sell, so it's not like I'm just doing it for the fuck's sake of it, but I also do things for the fuck's sake of it. Like don't underestimate the fact of me just committing fuckery over here, and people are like, why would you want me to buy that? Like, because I made it. Okay. Alright, anyway, that was a lot of stuff, a lot of random stuff. If you've watched this video, thanks for watching. Bye.